The night the god decided to leave, the city didn't know it was breathing its last easy breath. Tenochtitlan slept under a sky so clear it looked sharpened, stars pricked into black cloth. On the lake, canoes rocked softly and the temples stood like dark mountains, waiting for dawn. But inside the sacred precinct, torches hissed and the air tasted of copal smoke and fear. They whispered his name the way you whisper thunder, Quetzalcoatl. Feathered serpent, bringer of wind and learning, the one who taught people to shape maize into life and words into law. He was not a distant god on a cold throne. He walked among them. He listened. He refused the easy cruelty of blood for blood. And that, strangely, made him dangerous. Because every city has someone who benefits when the world forgets its gentleness. In the shadows moved Tezcatlipoca, the smoking mirror, with laughter like obsidian scraping stone. He came not with an army, but with a story, a rumor, a mirror that didn't reflect your face, only your doubt. He set it before Quetzalcoatl like a trap disguised as truth. Look, the voice seemed to say, look at what you really are. And Quetzalcoatl, tired from carrying a people's hopes, tired from being the one who must always be better, looked. In that slick, dark shine, he saw age. He saw failure. He saw the weight of every hungry season, every argument, every small betrayal he hadn't been able to heal. The mirror didn't invent weakness. It only pointed to the crack that was already there, and widened it. Then came the final push. A feast, a cup, a moment dressed up as mercy. One decision, one blink. And when dawn crawled over the lake, the feathered serpent felt the city's eyes turning sharp, turning accusing. Not because he had become a monster, because he had proven he could be human. The shame hit harder than any spear. So he did the unthinkable. He chose exile. He walked east, away from the stone steps and singing priests, away from the markets and children, away from the place that had built him into a symbol too heavy to carry. The road tasted of dust and salt. The wind tugged at his mantle like it wanted to hold him back. People followed at a distance, afraid to touch the goodbye. At the shore, the world opened into endless water, dark, patient, and listening. Quetzalcoatl didn't curse them. He didn't promise revenge. He simply turned, eyes bright with sorrow, and made a vow that sounded like a thread thrown across time. I will return. Then he stepped onto the horizon, and the sea swallowed his footsteps. And in the silence he left behind, the people learned the hardest lesson of all. Sometimes the greatest gift a god can give isn't power. It's the ache that reminds you to become worthy on your own. If this story moved you, please like, share, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, do you believe Quetzalcoatl's return is a promise or a warning?